This one. Guys, so we answered
Your
question.
helmet.
Eh?
Your helmet.
My helmet. Hey guys, so we filmed to the end. Do you know that video we filmed together in comfort and class, boyfriend tag, something like that happened too.
Yeah.
We filmed question 1 to 12, and my phone stopped at question 4. At the end of question 4,
Sadly.
sadly. Anyways, we went to eat,
Sadly.
and now we're back.
We are back bigger and better. Bigger
Yeah,
and
number
better
5.
with a new bang. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, so
Number 5.
question 5 is: has your trust been tested with this distance?
Let me start. Has my trust been tested with this distance? No. And that's majorly because, like, there's no need to be tested. Like, for example, now I know everywhere that he is at every particular time. I have his schedule. So if he's in class, I know he's in class. If he's working, I know he's working. And we keep each other abreast of what is going on throughout our day. If he's at a party, I know who is at the party, like the people at the party. I know who organized the party, whose house the party is happening, which venue the party is happening. I know. So, and it's not as if like I bring these questions out of him. It's volunteered. So I know where he's at every point. Like he tells me where he's at every point, basically. So you cannot come and tell me now that Namo is doing this and I would not know about it. Do you get? So there's no room for mistrust, for distrust, whatever the word is. So that's basically it. It has not been tested so far, and hopefully it doesn't get tested.
Okay, for me it's quite simple. Like, I don't bother myself about not trusting because like I'm all in for it. I don't like this whole having to feel like I need not to trust her. And if there's an issue that happens, issue comes, then that is like me not trusting her initially. That's bothering myself. Then when the issue comes, and I'm like faced with the issue, and that's double
Double trouble.
panic attack. So I don't want that for myself. So like I don't even give room for it. But that's not even the case. The case is I've grown to like appreciate how we are in each other's space and how we kind of like tend to like communicate. Not that, like she said, voluntarily you just tell the person this is what is happening right now in my life. It's not, she doesn't need it out of me. I just have to tell her because I respect her enough to like give her that information about me that okay, babe, I'll be late this night. Oh, don't stay long. Don't like everything makes it easy. Like if you're talking, and for me, the answer would be no. My trust hasn't been tested, and I'm sailing smoothly.
Mr. Sailor. How do you handle waves of emotions when it gets too much? Okay, so this one is like I said before, like at the beginning, there's going to be a lot of emotional wave, and that's one thing that has been a challenge for me, when we're supposed to be there for each other and that's not possible and all. So what I do basically is to go down memory lane, pictures, videos, memories in your own head, and just go through what you've been through, where you've been, where you're coming from, where you're going to. And also having an end game in sight also helps. Like, you know that, okay, like if you're looking forward to a trip now, you know that, okay, you're looking forward to seeing the love of your life and soon it would all be worth it and all of that. So just
I say soon it's all manifest.
So just project or go back, either of the two, and then your partner can also help you when you're feeling down. It's very personal. You guys can help each other at different points. The stronger person at that time helps the weaker person at that particular time. So that's just it for me.
Uh, for me, I go down memory lane to like sometimes I just go through our chats and go back and just read and just feel happy and look at how we have gotten better over the years.
Another thing
Like,
I want to say also is that I have this notes. The notes. I said the notes. If family doesn't know about it, I have this notes that, like, at different points in our lives where we send long texts to each other to like appreciate each other, like birthdays, celebrations, and those just random times where we just to show appreciation for each other. Like, I compile them into a note, so I just go through them and just smile whenever I am feeling, you know.
I'm going to ask for that note. And you are going to give me. Okay, so like I said, I go through text. Sometimes I go through pictures on my phone, and there's this stuff that iMovie does for me. It kind of like compiles a lot of pictures, and it's as if my phone knows I'm missing her, and all of a sudden it just gives me that kind of like movie stuff, like compiled pictures and everything, and I feel like that's how I go through my own waves of emotion. Then, when I feel like it's too much, we get to communicate, we get to talk about it.
About it.
She tell me how you're feeling, I'll tell her how I'm feeling. She tell me, okay, can you handle this? What do you want? What do you want me to do? Blah 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 and all that. We just look for a way around it. We know there's no physical presence, but talking through that like stage, it's
Talking
really
through it,
helpful
yeah.
because if you don't talk through it, like it's
And
going to
then
be
going
hard.
going through going down memory lane together also
Yeah,
helps.
although sometimes Madame forgets a lot of things,
I
like
do.
I'll have to,
Do.
like I'm the storyteller.
But
I
yes,
would,
but you remind me.
I would have to say a whole lot of what has happened, the activities, how you woke up in the morning, blah blah, this one,
I
and for
woke up
how
with one.
for how to picture what happened that day. But it's all fun. Like
I don't know what
you
happens
might
to
have
me.
a
I just
partner
forget.
that is um
Forgetful.
yeah, it's fine. It's actually good because at least one person gets to say, the other person gets to listen. I'm like, I
I remember.
remember. And then it's actually that. But that's how we do it, basically.
Okay, number
Okay,
7.
so number 7 is, are you led by your feelings or choices with the long distance relationship?
I think we already mentioned this. I think he already
Yeah, at the
mentioned this.
beginning, I would say you shouldn't be led by your feelings. Yeah, feelings are
Feelings are
important. They are
fleeting,
important in it.
but they are
Yeah,
fleeting.
but they can be deceiving at the very instant, like at the very moment. So you have to like stand your ground, like let your choices be profound, like let it speak. You don't just feel this way and act upon it because it's really hard in the long distance relationship. You just have to like make distinctive choices. You have to make choices that you and your partner can look through and be like, okay, this is probably the best way forward to go through this. But if you are beckoning on your feelings, it's going to be really hard because trust me, you are going to feel that way 247. How many times in a
So
week?
many times,
Two four
exactly.
seven,
So
seven
you
days in a
don't
week,
want to
every
be
time.
acting on your feelings every
Yeah, you
time.
wouldn't want to be acting on your feelings because it's quite hard. So choices top notch first, then feelings can come. When you are together, you can all have the intensified
All
feeling.
the
Let it
feelings
pour
can
off your
come,
my skin hair
overflow.
and everything. But then let your choices lead.
Yeah. So you just like be rest assured or be confident in the fact that you've chosen this person and this is your love is a choice. You've
Yeah.
chosen this person, you've chosen to walk through this path and you are going to scale through it together. So be confident in your choice.
Okay.
Number 8, how is your communication style? What did you do to improve it? Well, I would say that we've been through all this distance thing for a long while. So we've had to like work on communication for
Yeah.
all of those years. And we're still improving, we're still trying our best to, get better. But how has it changed do this distance. How has it changed? We don't talk physically anymore. We talk over the phone, and we talk a lot. Like I think that is one thing long distance relationships would teach you to do, to talk a lot, to talk about every and anything. We probably talked about you. Talked about we talk about everything, what happens throughout the day, everything that is talkable, we talk. And I think that just helps because even sometimes like we say communicate, talk a lot, and blah blah blah, there isn't always something to talk about. Like sometimes when we're on the phone, there's just silence. We're not talking, and then we pick up the pace again, and then silence, pick up the pace again. So, like, there isn't always something to talk about, but we keep at it. We keep the call going and everything. So, I think that's basically it.
For me, how has it improved over the years? Um, yes, we started pretty much talking little, and now we are. I think we are
And
at the
good talkers.
extreme end. Oh, there's not the extreme. We are at the extreme of the
We're
talking. We
talkatives.
talk. So, like she said, you just have to keep communicating. Like we won't say it's the best. Some people are doing way better than us, but then we're not yet to compare our relationship with someone else.
Yeah,
We are doing the best we can. So we communicate a lot. We communicate a lot, like a whole lot, and it's very much awesome. Then
I think another thing we do is like when you watch a movie, we talk about the movie,
yeah,
things like
you
that.
get to just see live experiences. Like even when
Mhm.
you go out, you go to the store or something, someone would annoy you or something. Like there's always something to talk about. You might
And
feel
all
it's
this,
boring, but for us, it's what keeps us informed. It
what keeps
gives
us
us
talking?
clues. You understand? Like so, but
Keeps
that's
us
it. Our
talking.
communication style has been superb,
We
and
talk about everything now,
yeah,
everything. Like nothing is
we
off limits. Everything. We even form scenarios sometimes and talk about them.
yeah, we would
Like
actually
the time I asked him, I think I watched a movie. Yes, Grey's Anatomy, one episode of Grey's Anatomy, and I asked him if he had because you're going to be raising kids in the Western world. So I asked him, so if a child comes today and says that it should be addressed as they, or he's no longer a he, he's now a she, what are we
trust me. You
going
don't
to
want to
do?
know my answer.
Things like that. So you talk about this, you get your perspective, you get each other's perspective on things, on parenting, on things. We talk. Full stop.
We talk. So number nine is when it comes to investing in this relationship, who do you think does the most? Well, there is no the most here. I don't even know why this question came up, but anyway, the answer is like we are both invested. So it's
We both equally
yeah,
invested.
it's a win-win for us. Like I
Yeah.
said at the beginning, you can't just sit down in a canoe and one person is paddling and the other person
Just
is
taking a back
behind
seat.
taking
Yeah.
champagne and enjoying
None of that here.
ourselves. But I feel like we are invested equally, and it's not a there's no partiality
There's no
in
partiality.
the
We're
relationship.
not keeping scores.
Yeah,
Do you
there's
get?
no babe, you did this thing to me. Ah,
Uh-huh.
no.
We're not keeping
There's no
scores.
time.
So anybody that can
But do it.
does.
Yeah.
So there's no scores. Did you guys start with a plan when you are going into this? Like we said before in the beginning, we were just winging it. Did we say that in the beginning?
Yeah. Probably.
We were just winging it. It was just a levels thing. We're not even thinking past A levels. Like I honestly didn't. It's not like I was thinking that we're going to break up after A levels. We just did not think. Or
Yeah, I
I
didn't think something.
did not think past A levels. So there was going into this. There was no plan at all. Who knew that we were going to even go to separate schools? None of us did. So there was no plan at all. But I think that for this past 1 year, we knew that okay, he was going to go out to study, and I was going to be here. So we had to like put that in
Prepare.
our mind, prepare
Yeah.
our minds to what was
About
coming.
to happen.
Yes. So, but it's not like we had any plans. We still don't have plans. We don't have any going forward. We don't have any plan. We don't have any plan. We're just flying with the grace of God, honestly. And we always have been, and that has never failed us. So we're winging it.
Um, for me, nope. we didn't have any plan. And like she said, we just started off like we liked each other, and boom, that was it. I didn't think past that particular stage, but here I am sitting down doing
Just
YouTube
realize that.
video, and I might not. I might. I'll still be here. A couple of videos, more not couple of a lot of videos, and I'm grateful.
Aww. Aww.
Okay, so
What does
what
a committed
does a committed relationship look like for you? How did you know in the long distance relationship that you're really committed to it? Well, a long distance relationship, or what does a committed
relationship
relationship
look
look
like?
like to me is me right now in this relationship. um, what it would have looked like to me then would have been, um, I probably think I wouldn't have done it. Like, why pass through all this stress, this issue? Why would you want to be in the same states with your partner? Like, why suffer yourself? Ah, no, 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 I can't try this and all that. But it happened, and um, and it's happening.
It's
So
happening.
what it looks like to me is what is happening to me right now. So it's a whole lot of time, it's a whole lot of commitment, it's a whole lot of being there for each
Accountability.
other, responsibility, like she said, accountability to, like, you just have to be invested, because if you're not invested, trust me, I wouldn't even advise you to even go to the driver's seat and start driving that relationship. Just park and calm down. Tell your partner you
Oh
can't do
wow,
this.
wow, wow.
Tell your partner you can't do this, and trust me, it's better off, because if you
Honestly.
decide to start it, it's you're doing yourself more harm than good.
And you're
If
doing
you're not
other
ready to put,
person
yeah,
to
yeah,
more harm
because it's
than
not
good.
just you, you're just going to put into the whole stress. Your partner has to be considered also. Like, if your partner is doing the work and you're not, it's bad. If you're doing the work and she isn't, bad too. So like, you both have to be invested.
So to me, a committed relationship to me, what does it look like? It looks like us. It looks like putting in the work. It looks like having a beautiful, smooth sailing relationship. That's what it looks like. Not one person dragging with the other person. Not one person dragging one person back. Just us being in sync, being partners, being a team, and just sailing together.
Yep,
Yeah,
good
and
stuff.
how did you know that you were really committed to it? How did I know I was really committed? I mean, I love this person. I'm in it for the long haul. I think that's how you know that you really want to commit when you're in
Well,
it for the long haul.
when you can't sleep without knowing that the person is all right. Well, like, there are a lot of signs,
Anyways,
but I feel like you just need to tell yourself the truth. Like,
exactly. I
you
mean,
would really need to tell yourself the truth. You know how you feel like when the person is not with you. Like, you know how uneasy you are. You know how you feel like, I need to share this news with this person. You know how you need to tell this person this detail about what is happening with you right
exactly.
now. So like, I feel like you would know.
And it's
There's
also in the
there's
in sharing responsibilities, in sharing money, in sharing your problems, in sharing your decision, in making decisions together. That's how you know.
And one thing you need to know about this is, whenever you're making decision, you're not just making decision for yourself. You're making
You too,
decision and you have to
not
consider the
one.
next person.
Yeah.
So it's always valid to like always think about that whenever you're in this. Okay, so our final question is, how do you feel when you can't match each other's energy level?
You should go first.
Okay, for me, okay, I'll start with the story. Like, sometimes when I'm done with work and I'm taking a walk back home, and it's quite late in the night, and a couple of hours ahead of her, so I want to talk to her then, and Madam is taking a nap while I'm ready to talk to you. Like, I've not spoken to you throughout the day, and you are sleeping. Why are you sleeping? No, I'm the one that's meant to be sleeping, and you're
It's the
sleeping.
one that is
Like,
ahead time wise.
so like, how do I match that? Like, sometimes you actually know that, man, you have to like
Has to be understanding.
understanding. It's not a matter of whether you are far ahead of time. Sometimes her day might be more
Stressful.
tasking as compared to yours. Sometimes it might be yours. Sometimes even while
Sometimes
you
it's
are,
just nature.
yeah, exactly. Sometimes it's just nature, like me. Nature happens to me a whole lot. So, um, how we do it is we just allow the person have fun, enjoy your moments. You the next morning you can do a little bit of ranting, like I'll say, you slept, and all that. But it's all fun. It happens. It's not like it happens every time, but you just take it for that time when it happens and enjoy it. Walk around it, talk about it. Then
Yeah, it's important to talk about it so that it
yeah,
doesn't become frustrating for one person.
exactly. Yeah, because I know like there was a time when Madam was actually she wanted to kill me with my sleeping habit. Like I literally could sleep at any time, see
Anytime.
and all that. But
And that actually also happened to me when I was in Lutz. Like when I where I first started my house job, it was so stressful. I wake up like in the morning very early and I'm coming back by 10, 11 p.m. and I'm just like when I eat the bed, I'm sleepy. Like we literally be on a video call and I'm gone. Like gone. It's the next morning I will now know that Jesus, I slept off on this call and then Oga will now be sending me pictures of me sleeping.
I'm going to add those pictures.
So it happens like that. Like sometimes you have a stressful day and you can't just keep up, but it's important to not let it be constant.
Yeah,
Yeah, and how we match each other's energy is to just be forgiving, honestly. Be forgiving in times like that, to be forgiving, to talk about it. And in terms of matching each other's energy on another issue, on different issues,
and like me now, I'll say like I'm goofy. I don't feel she's goofy enough. Like sometimes I'm like, I need you to show me that side. Do this, do that, and all that kind of thing. But I guess
is
like
Mr. Goofy.
I'm the goofy one here
Yeah.
and all that. But sometimes she does it and I'm really happy. Like that's a moment you have to cherish because you don't know when next you might say that. but then
You have to help each other basically.
yeah,
Help each other be understanding and all of that, and you guys would be just fine.
fine.
Final words. So, in summary, if somebody watching this is about to enter a long distance relationship, is in the long distance relationship, or is having problems in their long distance relationship, what advice would you give to such person?
Okay, like we have been talking around the fact that you have to talk about your issues,
Everything.
everything. Even when there are no problems, you must talk about what is happening. Like you just have to keep communicating.
Mm.
I don't know if I said this earlier, but communication is key. Like it's vital. You must communicate. Like it's that's in short, that's like the foundation. Like I think that that's what helped us from the very
From
beginning.
get
Like
go.
we had a solid foundation. We were always talking. Like sometimes I'm wondering what are we talking about, but we kept talking. So like you must keep talking. Then you can't afford to be selfish in your relationship. You cannot because if you're selfish, it's affecting the other person. Like no matter how you want to place it, no matter how you want to turn it, you rather date yourself if you don't want to be in a long relationship. Just or you look for somebody
Even
that is within.
relationship
Yeah,
generally,
generally,
you
even
cannot be
without.
selfish.
Yeah, exactly. Not to
You
talk of
cannot.
long distance.
Don't talk of long
Then,
distance.
what else will I say? I would say you have to be forgiving, like you said.
Mm.
Also, forgive each other. Life happens.
Life happens.
Walk through it. That's it. Walk through it. Then invest equal amount of
Energy.
energy, equal amount of vibe. Just invest so much. Like you just see that you are even looking at the person that this person is doing so much because you yourself you feel like you're giving 100, and when you're giving 100, things are going perfectly. Not to now imagine if you're giving 100 and your partner is giving 100, like
100.
it's perfect. So that would be it.
Okay, so for me, I would say for the first category of people that are just going into it, if you have to be sure that this person is the person, that this person is worth going through the stress of long distance relationship for. Like you have to be sure. And if you are not sure, there is no need to take somebody's son or somebody's daughter through the ordeals of the long distance relationship. it's a lot of work. So just be sure you want to do this.
Yep.
But that is also not the basis for you to not go and break somebody's heart that you'll be working together. But honestly, if you want to drag somebody along a hard journey, you have to be sure that person is worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, and you also have to be worth it for the other person. And for the people currently in long distance relationships that are looking for tips, trust is important. You have to trust each other. You have to ensure that nothing comes in between that trust. Nothing plants a seed of doubt in your heart or your partner's heart. So you have to be accountable, which is what another thing I want to say. You have to be accountable to each other. Accountable, like tell each other things, talk about things, like be accountable. Your journey, your work, your everything, people around you, be accountable. And then yes, the last thing I wanted to say was, as you are entering the relationship or as you are already in it, if you have pride, drop it. If you're a proud person, because relationships, there is no way pride would survive. Like if pride is thriving in a relationship, there's no way that relationship would survive, basically. So if you are proud, if you're a proud person, you have to drop your pride. You have to learn how to drop, whether you're a female or you're a male. Males have egos. Thankfully mine's ego does not come in the way of our relationship. Anyway, so drop the pride, trust your partner, and make sure you are somebody that can be trusted, be accountable, and put your relationship in God's hands, basically. Which is honestly the most important thing. We pray on our relationship every time. We thank God for our love, because I mean, when you have something beautiful, you keep thanking God for it. We thank God for our love, for our journey, and we just pray to God every time to keep our love, and to make our love stronger. Those are the prayer points that we pray. So pray, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
All right.
So that is the end of our journey.
This is the end of this long video.
It's nice to be here.
Thank you for being here. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share this video to your family and friends, to everybody that you think needs it. Don't forget to click the subscribe button if you haven't. And I will see you guys in my next video, or whichever way it goes, in my next video. Bye guys.
Bye.